Hey, welcome back. On this episode, I am going to introduce you to a golf master plan community with 11 smaller neighborhoods attached and surrounding this golf community, and that would be Bridlewood. So Bridlewood's located on the north side of Cross Timbers Road. Cross Timbers goes east-west, the middle of Bridlewood Boulevard, which is the main entrance point, north-south, and it dead ends into Waketon, which on the other side of Waketon is Double Oak, which is its own little town. So why is this a premier community? I'm going to tell you why. It's a master plan, and it's kind of a resort style. I feel like I'm living in a resort. I live here and love it. So that's why we're using this as the first one. It's a master plan golf community, like I said, with 11, you can call them district neighborhoods, mini neighborhoods, whatever you want to call them, like the Coventry, the Reserve, which is a gated community. Within this community, there's Bridlewood Farms, which is where the horses are. Lexington Downs Steeplechase. Are you understanding Bridlewood? It's kind of the whole horse theme. And more Southern living type homes like that. You know, homes are ranging from about the 600,000 range all the way up to 1.5. But let's get into the real numbers, shall we? Because this is the beginning of 2026. We want to know what the real deal is. And I've got it for you right here. So the average home size is 3,651 square feet. Okay, let's remember that number. Those homes on average sell for about $906,738. I'm not going to give you the price per square foot because people get so caught up in the price per square foot, it'll make you crazy because it doesn't necessarily apply. But the average home size is 5 bedrooms, 6 full baths, and 3-car garage. Okay, so I can run with that. And those homes sell on average, takes about 30 days. So if the average is 30, some higher, some lower. And they sell for about 98.7% of the original listing price. So if the listing price is X and you sell it for Y, so it's 1.3% essentially below the listing price. So not getting full boat, but still pretty high up there. The lowest priced home in 2025 sold for $592,000. The highest priced home sold for $1.510 million. I'm not going to give you the addresses because it doesn't matter. But the smallest square footage on that lower priced home was 2,024. And the highest priced home had a square footage of 6,295 square feet. So you've got almost a 4,000 square foot range in there. So yeah, those are the averages, and we'll kind of go from there, right? So those are the real numbers. I just printed them off this morning. So we talked about the home price ranges. Typically, these homes are all traditional brick, or they're kind of a French provincial are some of the styles. And then there's some that are kind of a farmhouse styling where they've got like the little cool wraparound front porch, and people sit out there. There's a great sense of community in Bridlewood, I can assure you. 2 to 3 car garages, spacious yards, as low as a quarter acre to as high as an acre. Why is that important? Because if you want to live in Dallas and even multiple parts of Fort Worth, you cannot even touch a quarter of an acre without getting close to the $1 million mark in some areas. Bridlewood, they've got top schools. It's ideal for families and retirees, for corporate relocation. If you're single, if you're just a couple, it's great for just about anybody because we don't want to put limitations on anybody. So the schools, they're zoned as part of the Louisville ISD. In Texas, county and city lines are drawn differently than school district lines. It's crazy, but it's hard to explain, and I'm not going to do that today because it'll give you a headache. But we have A-rated Bridlewood Elementary here. Okay, that's number 1. We have A-rated Downing Middle School here. And then a couple of miles away, we have an A-plus Marcus High School. I have family members that graduated from there. And it's only a couple of miles away from here. So those are your schools. What are the amenities here? Well, you've got You know, a lot of the homeowners, they play golf at Bridlewood Golf Course. It's Bridlewood Golf Club is what they call it, but it is not a private club per se. It's more of a public course. It stays busy quite a bit. They have some tournaments there. This is wintertime, so not as many going on right now. But it's an 18-hole course. It's got practice facilities. There's lakes everywhere. It's got a restaurant. They're always having social events up there. In fact, they started making their own pizza, which I really like. So you can call up there and order a pizza, and they have a little window. You can just walk up to the window. You don't even have to go into the restaurant. So that's convenient. I mean, for me, where I live in Bridlewood, it's like a 2 or 3 minute drive. Literally, it takes me longer to get in the car than to drive over there. Now, if you got horses, Bridlewood Equestrian Center is there for you. 45 stables. 45 stables, plus there's homes that surround that. You know, it's got a covered arena. It's got riding programs for people at all different levels. It's kind of a cool amenity. It's not part of Bridlewood in the sense that it's like right up Bridlewood Boulevard, which is the north-south kind of passway or whatever you want to call it to get into a lot of the neighborhoods. What else is going on here? Well, the community has 2 large swimming pools. There's tennis and pickleball courts that are used all the time. There's a basketball court not too far from me. There's a fitness center that's open 24 hours a day. There's trails. There's playgrounds, covered playgrounds. They have book clubs. They have garden clubs. They have neighborhood social events. When we had Halloween here, we live on a cul-de-sac. So all of us in the cul-de-sac got together, set up a couple of tables, all had our bowls of candy, and we saved the trick-or-treaters time by not going into the cul-de-sac. They could just go and grab candy from each one. It was fun. And also, you know what? A lot of people decorate for Christmas, and it's beautiful during Christmas time here. Hey, quick pause. If you are thinking about relocating to Flower Mound, I've put together a relocation guide for you that's going to make things a whole lot easier. Inside, you're going to find top neighborhoods, school info, commute details, and spots that the locals actually love to go to, shopping and restaurants. It's designed to help you feel not so overwhelmed, which relocation is always an overwhelming process. So grab your free copy. It's on the link below, and let's make your next move a smooth one. So what about the location and the lifestyle? Where is Bridlewood? Okay, well, it's, I want to say about 40 minutes to 45 minutes from Dallas, if you're kind of getting into the heart of Dallas. 30 minutes if you're getting on the edge of Dallas. 20 minutes to DFW Airport on the north side. You do not have to go in through any major highways to get into DFW Airport from Bridlewood and from most parts of Flower Mound, which is awesome, especially if you travel. And just minutes away, we've got Grapevine Lake, which is on the southern end of Flower Mound, and just north of Bridlewood, which is less than 10 minutes, is Highland Village, which is another town that has great shopping, retail, restaurants, and I think there's a movie theater up there also. You know, Flower Mound ranks as one of the top livable cities in the U.S. And it's excellent with safety, although I would check the police department if you're concerned about it. Education, amenities, there's just a great community vibe, plain and simple, in Flower Mound as it is. We kind of talked about the market snapshot. I can't talk about crime because if something happens, then I don't want to. Crime is not so much of an issue. We have Flower Mound Police Department is awesome out here. And again, you should go wherever you move or relocate to. If that is something of concern, you should always go to the police website for that community and just check out and see what's going on your own. Yeah, so what else? Well, like I said, there's 11 different communities over here. We've got the golf course. I go out and walk pretty frequently myself. I've even created a 7-mile walking trail, which, by the way, if you are a senior or a retiree and you want access to the senior community center, that is less than 5 minutes from probably any point. All right, let's say 8 minutes, because then you're going to tag me. Go, oh, it took me 8 minutes to get there. Okay, 8 to 10 minutes tops to get to any point in Bridlewood to the senior center, which is really It's kind of not on the edge of Bridlewood, but it's not too far away, and it's on the east side. If you're a senior and you're looking for activities, which they have constantly, so we've talked about the golf course. We've talked about the amenities. The homes are mostly brick homes. They're not wood siding. The neighborhoods, the streets are very wide. You don't have a lot of neighborhoods where you have people parking on the street so much you don't even know whose car's in front of your house. It's not like that. Most of these homes have at least 2 to 3 car garages. I've seen a couple with maybe 4, but 2 to 3 is more the average. Long driveways in some of these homes, and so there's really no reason for you to be too many people to be parking on the street. Although if you got teenagers and kids away at college, then it's going to happen anyways. But it is very well maintained. The HOAs this year were $1,100 for the year, and I tell you that is a great investment because they're always keeping the yards mowed. Everything's trimmed up. There are so many trees that they have to attend to. There's so many lakes out here, or ponds, or tanks, or whatever you want to call them. I don't even know how many there are. So many trails that they have to keep blown off. And the amenity center and keeping those pools up and running. But it's phenomenal. I'm telling you, that is a drop in the bucket. And it's really something enjoyable. What I didn't tell you is that if Flower Mound is something that you're interested in, I've created a relocation guide, and you can click on a link down below. And if this has been helpful to you, or you have any questions or comments on this neighborhood or any other neighborhood, please hit subscribe, send me a message. I will respond, and let's get started. I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.